Well, here we are at part 8. My goodness, part 8 on this M37. And actually I have been doing a lot of work, but it's basically in one place. The battery box in this, it had the tray for the hold downs for the battery. Well, problem with that was, with these truck batteries, they're actually bigger than the original ones, because the other original ones were kind of narrow and shorter, I think. But I measured this box without the tray in it, and it would be 14.5 inches by 14.5 inches. Well, these batteries, at the very most, even where the flange sticks out, is like 7 inches at the bottom. Well, the problem with that was, when it sat on the battery box, because of the two ends, it was like tilted, so it wouldn't sit flat, so one of the batteries would not go in there because of the angle. So I had to make sure this thing was sitting square, and then besides that, the only way to do it was take that battery box out. And boy, was that a job, I tell you. I tried drilling these bolts out. I tried, there's a nut underneath. So I had my daughter come over one day and got a pair of vice grips on the bottom, and I'm cranking the top, trying to break the stuff loose, and I got like, well, 2 bolts. That's it. There were still 2 others left. So I've tried everything. I was grinding down this one. I got it ground down to the point where it was just far enough where I could pop that corner of the battery box up. But the bolt is still underneath there holding it. So, and then on the other end, what I did was I had to use a crowbar. I used a grinder, I used my cutoff wheel, I used all kinds of stuff on this thing. And finally I got the bottom part of it cut up enough so that I could pick it up over top the bolt. So I finally got it out. So anyway, I'll show you this mess, what it looks like. Yeah, it's something else. And of course I did clean up the other axle I picked up, or I should say the drive line. And both sides, those are still, that's pretty good. In fact, the spline in the middle, my brother's saying, I think that's supposed to slide back and forth. I says, well shoot, this thing was jammed. So anyway, so I cleaned out all the areas in there, and I was able to get back in that groove part, and so it moves now. So the way it should anyway. So I did that, and I'm gonna have to go over the other side, but let me see. Yeah, I'll get over there and get you a close up. That's the battery box back there. The tray, I should say. The box is down below. So anyway, let me get you over there. Back this out. And we'll get you a close-up inside. Da, 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 da. It's going to be another warm one here today, but not as warm as it was yesterday. It was over 100. And inside this garage it was 110. Okay, now let's tilt ourselves down. Boop. And there's our battery box. Even needs to cut the ends off so I can get those out. As you can see, I chewed it up big time getting that stuff out. And so that's done. I started cleaning out here and on the other side. This was all filled with stuff before, and I said, I just thought a bunch of leaves and stuff. I didn't know what it was. Well, there it is. Square bolts, plates, these, all that stuff. All that was inside there on the sides. It was stuck in there for who knows how long. So I got all that and cleaned all that out of there. And so now I have a perfectly square battery box, and these terminals are rusted pretty bad. So anyway, so I bought new ones over at O'Reilly's this morning, and then I got to tape up this one so it doesn't short out. This one seems to be okay, even all the way down. This one's okay all the way down at the back part. If you look in there, that's okay. This one's going to connect both sides of the battery together, the positive to the negative, and then lead out the one positive, one negative for each of these. Now, one of these is a ground side and one's a positive side. I'm pretty sure, well, that could be the negative side. Anyway, I'm gonna have to check, find out what's what. So at least I got that much done, so I can get the batteries in. And where are the batteries? And watch out for there's one battery there and one battery there. So I got two batteries. Those are both truck batteries. Then the other problem is, let's take a look over here. Let's see if you can see that. Oh yeah, just barely. The hole in the center there, that's where the wires are cut off for the headlights. The other end of the headlights have all the connections. I've got them on the outside, but underneath there's a channel going underneath, so I got to pull all these bolts off, get every last one off, and same thing, there's another nut down below, so I'm going to have to go on both sides and get it off. And then I got to tape up the wiring so it doesn't short out, and then I can go ahead after I get the carburetor and everything else on here. It shouldn't, I won't be able, hopefully it won't short out. But yeah, so we've been moving right along. I know it's going to take a while, but we're getting there. And what we got there? The toads are getting bigger, and there's all kinds of them still. Yeah, so project's moving along. I haven't quit. I still do this when I can, and right now it's not too bad in here. It's only about, what does that say? 87, 88, something like that. The old thermometer on the wall. Yesterday that thing read 110. So yeah, it does work. So anyway, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're still chugging along. And now they have the other pieces. This is going to be for the oil bath air filter. And so this is complete with the brackets and everything. So that'll hook up to the new carb. And I got some former gasket over there. I got that today. And there's the battery terminals I picked up. Actually, these are the two marine ones. I figured, well, they have a terminal on the end anyway, so I can screw those in. And then on those others, I'll just put a negative and positive on it. And so anyway, yeah, more stuff I had to buy. But anyway, it's cheaper this time. So that's going to be it for now. Talk to you guys.